When's the last time you've been sick and been like, going through it?
Going through it?
Yeah, like, man, this is not no normal sickness.
Oh, COVID.
Like, COVID?
Yeah.
Did that hit you hard? It didn't hit me like that.
Yeah, I just remember, I lost my voice. You remember?
No.
I lost my voice. I was freaking, when I went back to work, I was like, I couldn't fucking talk for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And
why? Was that because
you would think like I was screaming or some shit.
Oh.
Like I've never lost my voice before ever. And this, I couldn't speak. It was hella weird. I couldn't speak. And when I was at work, and I had to still work. I couldn't even talk. And I had to go get parts at like auto parts stores and shit for side jobs, and I couldn't freaking speak. It was hella like, shit was weird. I don't know how.
What did people say?
They thought, random people, strangers thought I was just like
fucking around.
No, like they just thought I had an issue. Like I just
yeah.
But the people at work were like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I was like,
yeah.
But and
that is a weird thing, losing your voice. But I have lost my voice multiple times though. Sometimes you go into the studio and then you come out with no voice. But like that sickness, you said it like, you felt that one.
That one,
like it was bad.
Well, it wasn't like, oh my God, like that, but it was just more. I had like the shivers was like for a longer period of time. I remember the fever. Like I normally never get fever.
It seems like fever was the roughest thing from a sickness that I can think of.
Because you feel
like a normal shit though. Normal shit. No, because you get hella hot.
But you're cold.
And you're cold. And you only find comfort in warmth, but you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, and you're fucking,
you still do it.
And your bones fucking hurt, like they ache. I don't know why my back hurts. Whenever I have a fever and shit like that, my back hurts.
What the heck?
I don't know why that happens. But I remember people at work asked, like, when I first got it, I remember you're supposed to tell people from work. Like you're supposed to stay home for 6 days or 7 days or whatever the fuck it was. And I got it.
People never were taking that shit serious though. Because I understand it. Like if you don't have nobody, if you're not around elderly people, like if you don't have your grandma around or you don't have anybody, with special needs or something like that, with a weaker immune system, then I don't think there's really nothing to worry about.
Because it was just like a flu, just a little bit hardcore, more flu, but that was it. But I remember at the beginning, it seemed like it was, because you see these numbers on TV, the news stations were promoting these fucking death counts and shit, and like 30 million people dying per day, and you're like, oh shit must be real serious. I think COVID was a good thing.
Damn, that's hell of a statement.
Because it freaking is
a good thing. Say that to the people who lost their lives.
They should take vitamin D.
But that's all with vitamin D.
I'm not saying like, oh, a good thing everyone died or whatever. But if you died, you were gonna die. I mean, like you die. Sorry, but what I'm saying is like there's always good in everything, some good in everything for the most part. And for COVID, the good shit was that it put the government on the bright lights, like all these news stations, CNN, fucking whatever the fuck other ones.
It showed like America's true colors when it comes to like,
because it showed the government doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, right? They're liars like a motherfucker. Okay, it showed that freaking all these news networks don't give a fuck about the truth. They just say whatever they think is gonna get the views. It
showed that you can't have free speech with YouTube and
Twitter. They were shutting shit down. You say
that
anything.
Was to me the most wild part. That was like, whoa. I understand that's their platform, but like the fact that you can't voice your opinion on something, that seems wrong. But,
and they were telling people you can't talk about it. You can't talk about COVID. You have an opinion or you're a doctor? Doesn't matter. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense for you.
If it's going on, how the fuck are we not going to talk about it?
Yeah.
Well, they just want you not to talk about it in public.
Yeah.
In the public.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It made no sense. So I think in that form, COVID, it helped us like wake up.
Yeah, I think it waked a lot of people up.
Yeah, like, hey, you can't be listening to these motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck. And then another thing is how the hell they're going to force you to take a vaccine.
Well, yeah, because there were certain things. Wasn't it like you couldn't get on a plane at one point?
Yeah, they
A
wouldn't.
certain airline
They
that
stopped.
they wanted vaccination cards.
Yep.
That was wild.
And you
because
and
they say, oh, we're not forcing it, but when you take away the shit that some people use every day,
public transportation.
Say transportation. Somebody who works,
that's China shit.
Who goes from here to here, and you say you have to have it.
That's China shit. In China,
but that's not the case no more.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, forget about it. That never happened. Don't worry about that no more. If you talk about it, well, that's your ass.
That's your ass.
But China has this like social credit score system where if you, it's kind of like your credit score here, but it's like over there, if you do something bad, like even like public speaking, like you protest or whatever, if you known to associate yourself with people that the government finds unpopular, your social credit score will come down, and they can even prohibit you from traveling, taking the bus, taking the train.
Isn't it China that you have to join the military?
I think they for 2 years or 3 years or whatever. I
wonder how Chinese people feel about that. About like, do they just see it as like, yeah, well, that's fine. Like, this is what we do.
It's probably,
or is it something that's just they just do it because they know they have to do it?
Yeah, it's probably it's ingrained in them, so it's probably not a big deal. And I mean,
and then who knows what that really instills? Like, what you got to do? Is it like the desk job, or is it like an optional thing where you get to pick what you want to do within the military?
I have no idea. You would think, I think they would pick for you though. Communist type shit, they would pick what you would for you. No options, unless you're like gifted in something. If you're gifted in some type of something, then it might put you there. But it just it just seems for I don't understand why the government would say, like, mandate it and say, if you like people who live in or worked in hospitals, they're like, hey, you're fired if you don't take it, you're fired. And you're putting something that has very minimal that they studied, and it's considered a vaccine, right? They fucking rushed it, put it out, boom. And now
people would say that there's a lot of steps to making a vaccine, and they would break it down in detail to show you that it's not as easy as you think to get a vaccine out there. Like, it has to go through various processes, and people have to study it.
But why?
But even in those things, there's still errors in it.
But I don't like the fact that everybody was rushed.
Everybody trusts the flu, and it's probably because it's been around, right? But at one point, what about when it at one point it wasn't around?
It's fine. Like, I'm not saying don't make it. I'm saying you can't force somebody to take it.
I agree on that.
You can't force them to take it. I don't care. This is the U.S. This is not China.
Yeah, the argument was like, well, you're just killing people. Like, you can save people.
No, like, so people smoke, people drink. Like, why is it that people do drugs and nobody gives a fuck?
Because they're saying you're still spreading it. But I mean, if you have it,
you can still spread it. Even the vaccine, even if you were vaccinated, you can still spread it. And they said,
but they didn't say that in the beginning.
And they were like, if you're vaccinated, they will not spread 100%, 1,000,000%, and it still spread. Oh, well, if you're gonna run, you better wear a mask outdoors.
Yeah, but even to this day, the doctors I've spoken to about the vaccine all approve of the vaccine, who seem like knowledgeable people. And these are doctors that, not my doctor specifically, but it's been like my dad's doctor. I've talked to him. My little brother's doctor, I've talked to him or to her. I talked to her and said, hey, what do you think about the vaccine? And maybe they're not just going to flat out tell you, hey, because they're in that field. But do you think they would let you know how they truly feel if it was negative about the vaccine?
I don't know.
Because they were saying, like, you should get the vaccine.
I think it came down to politically shit too. If you're a part of a specific party, they're more for getting vaccinated than the other side.
It's because when they were forcing it, it makes it seem like, why? And then why can't I have a choice to take it or not take it? You're trying to force me. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was the governor or somebody who was saying, get a vaccine, get a free cheeseburger and these delicious fries. You seen that? He's like, every time you think of vaccine, think fries. And I'm like, that just makes us look so stupid, huh? Like, you really think we're that stupid?
It's like,
The right way is just to go about like
Paper.
the benefits of really taking the vaccine.
If they're out here giving money for vaccines, more people probably get vaccinated.
There's even people, other presidents, I think somewhere in South America, who claim they got the vaccine and claim that their people around them got the vaccine, and it's actually not true. And supposedly now they're under investigation, and the dude can face criminal charges because he lied about it to the public. He lied to him and his team, which was the president. I don't remember what country. Somewhere in South America.
I don't know. It seemed like COVID was a big wake up for everyone.
But also, what came from COVID
was OnlyFans
delivery. That happened during COVID.
I think it got popping.
Oh, I don't know. But what was I gonna say? Delivery services. You know how like everybody started delivering. Walmart would deliver groceries and shit. Myers, freaking. I remember we used to dream about Buffalo Wild Wings delivering, and that COVID brought that. So
that was tight.
So it was tight in the beginning, but I mean, then when you realize that they come all soggy and shit. But the thing that like everybody is hiring third party. Have you seen that Amazon now is there's Amazon delivery drivers who are driving in unmarked vehicles. Have you noticed that?
And it's what? It's just random.
It's just a random stranger. I think it's his car. Because there's been like 2 or 3 times where a car pulls up into my driveway, like it lives here. Like it doesn't stay on the curb like they normally do. No, they drive in. And I'm like, who the heck is this person? So I was outside and I walked towards the car. And then the girl got out the car and she's like, Amazon. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, this is weird. Then she went to the back of her trunk and pulled out my package. Gave it to me. Oh, that's weird. But that's happened a couple of times. So I'm like, is Amazon now doing that? Is some Uber type shit where like you're just hiring everybody?
And you just pick up a package and you deliver it?
I don't know how it works. But I've seen multiple unmarked cars. I mean, I don't think that's a good move. Because when you have a person that is not in a delivery outfit coming to people's houses, they can be a little risky because people got guns.
And dogs.
And I also seen a video too that not too long ago that just made me think about it now that we're talking about this. There was a lady who police came to her door, knocked on her door. I'm not sure why they got there. I think it was like a disturbance call or something. I'm not sure. But they came and they knocked on the door, right? And I think they said police, but the girl on the inside didn't hear. But the way it worked, her layout was like on her way to the door, there was nothing but glass windows. So, and she had blinds, but they were not all the way down. So you couldn't see if you duck. And so the owner, which was a girl, she walked into the front door, but she had a pistol on her. And then there was 2 female officers who were looking and they seen a gun and they just let off. And one of the officers reloaded like 3 times, full mag dump on some GTA shit, like do crazy. And I'm like, whoa. And then
the girl had a
pistol.
Or no?
No, you can really like see her legs, I think, but you can't see anything. Like from what I've seen, you can't see anything. But they let off like 3 mags. And not only she let off, one officer let off 3 magazines, and the other officer let off, I think, like at least 1. And you see the aftermath, and there's bullet holes everywhere in an apartment complex. And somebody made a joke about it, like if you live next door to ducking bullets and shit, because there was holes everywhere. And then luckily the girl didn't die.
She got hit though?
She got hit like multiple times. I think in her leg and in her chest area. I think in her arm, she got hit multiple times, but she survived. But like, and people were talking about how that behavior is unacceptable. But it all comes back to like how we had this conversation multiple times. Police training. And it's a difficult job, but I mean, like I don't know.
It's not illegal to walk around your house with a gun.
I know it's not, but that's the thing. Like that's the as a homeowner, right? You should be able to do that. But I think as a police, when you see that, they're thinking, oh, that gun, he has an intention with that gun for me. But the people may not know that it's the police at the door. They just know it's late at night. Somebody's knocking at my door. Let me get up with my gun like I always do. And you have the right to do that in your own home. But because she was visible and they seen she had a weapon, they're like, nah, no threats.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good thing she didn't die though, but I'm sure 100% she's gonna sue the fuck out of that state, and she gonna get paid. She better get paid.
But like, it's not worth it. If I get shot, I mean, yeah, I want to get paid.
Yeah,
but I'd rather not get shot in the first place.
But you can't control it.
Yeah, I know that, but like, the only thing you could do now is look at the bright side with it, but fucking better pay.
But every time the state gets sued, well,
it doesn't come from the police. It comes from taxpayers, anyways, right? Like if a cops get in trouble and they sue the station, then the money comes from taxpayers still, right? That's why people have made they brought out like, oh, they should come from that police officer's salary, whoever did the fuck shit, to punish shit and to make shit examples. Like we ain't playing no games. If you fuck up, it's coming out of your check. Because cops fuck up and then they get paid on, what is it called? They still get paid, but they're not on duty, basically. What do they call that?
What the hell do they call that?
It's like, well, they're getting paid, and they're just chilling at home.
Yeah.
I don't think you should get paid.
Unpaid leave or some shit?
Yeah.
Or paid leave or whatever.
But then again, there is going to be situations where the cop didn't do a bad thing, and this does get that. Does he not deserve to get paid? I think it should be judged on a case by case.
I mean, it's just hard to go. It's hard to really generalize it, because there's so many different scenarios, and it's like if you go after cops, people are gonna say that we need cops, so people are not gonna want to be cops anymore. And then okay, now what do? It's a lawless fucking. You need law and order, and cops keep fucking law and order, even though there's some shit ones, but you need them. And if you fuck with their pay, they're not gonna want to do it no more.
And then they would force them, just like the military.
And so it's like I feel like police officers should be paid heavily, but they need to have huge standards. And people will be like, oh, okay, I need to keep myself to. If I want to make big boy money, I need to, hold myself to a certain standard. But
yeah, fuck ups should reflect on your pay. Huh?
Yeah.
If you're an officer and you have a history of fuck ups, your pay should dip.
Yep.
And lower and lower.
Yep.
That way it's like, because then you'll care, right? Oh, I don't want to get written up, because if this written up causes something else, then it's gonna affect my pay. That anybody, when it comes to money,
people change when it comes to money because then it hurts them. It hurts. Like if you ain't got no paper, you ain't got no casino money, you ain't got shit. Like you might as well end it. There's nothing to do.
Think so?
So what would you think about it then?
About the Kendrick shit?
Yeah.
Well, I remember I told you to listen to it.
Why?
Today.
It just came out today?
Yeah. Today, I think.
So this is what happened, right? Because you told me, and I'm like, oh, okay. So then I didn't, well, you said you put an album out. I was like, I wanted to hear.
All you had to do is go to iTunes and
that's
then
what I
see
did.
it.
Well, I just went to iTunes and I looked up what you said, and the first one popped up. Boom, hit the album. Boom, touched it. Boom, hit random. Boom, played. Because I remember you told me you're supposed to listen to it in a specific order, like any music, whatever.
You're supposed to listen to albums in a specific order.
Yeah, and not me. Boom, boom, shuffle, boom, bam. First 1, 7-minute drill. Max.
Damn, that's the one you gotta hear too.
And then I was like, it started off, and I was like, damn, Kendrick is done.
Just off what?
Kendrick
off
is
the
done.
beat or what?
Well, it was hard. I don't like when they change it up midway. And it's not even 7 minutes. Why you mislead me like that?
Yeah, because the beat switch, huh?
Yeah, I don't like that. It's just
I like that sometimes, but only if it's hard. Like
I don't. Everything switched up. Everything switched up, and it doesn't feel good because it had me from the. I was like, damn, Kendrick is dead. He's done. It's over. Like it's over. Like everything was nice, and then he switched it up, and then the spark, and then you know how you know how you have
like
that
energy
what's
shift.
that
pendulum or whatever it's called?
The pendulum. You know how it's like the weight, the power. It was Cole was doing this. Like this is Cole on this side. The power was doing this. Boom, 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 boom. And then
he was going down.
And then he switched. Like the weight.
He was going up.
He was So
he was on the
down
outside.
means that like he's too heavy.
Oh,
like he was outweighing him from base because Kendrick gave me it was one verse, and then when he said, especially when he said, like if he wasn't dissing, we wouldn't be discussing him. I was like,
that was.
I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, it's over. It's over. I was like, it's over. And then he switched up the beat. But
even after, it was still good.
And then he started saying stuff, but it wasn't hitting as hard. And then it went like this. It went like.
So I think if he would have just kept that same beat.
And then he only gave us one verse too. It was two hook things.
Yeah.
And then he switched it up. So if he would have gave us another two, and he should have made it 7 minutes of straight that. And
he said it. He said it at the second part after the beat switch. He said this is a warning. He said that's a warning.
Yeah.
He said I'm gonna humble him.
And then when that's crazy because he
said Kendrick. He said Kendrick already passed his prime. He said I just got it. So he said it's the perfect time for you to jump in.
No, he said it's I thought he said it's a perfect time, like you caught me in the perfect time because I'm loaded. I thought that's what he meant. I'm in my prime. I thought he meant
I'm with the shit. I'm ready for this shit.
I thought he meant like, you caught, like if you really want to find out, you caught me like at the perfect time because I'm loaded, ready to go.
And then he said, like I don't know word for word, but he said something like if anybody gonna let off shots, I'm gonna be the one doing the clinching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, see, this is what I want to hear. This is what I want to hear from somebody who we view as a high standard rapper, like high caliber. Right, this is what it's all rap. This is nothing. Let's not turn this shit. I see people online talking about like, Academic said, I don't think you know what that is, but he said, "Hey Kendrick, you gotta up the stick. Like you gonna let him talk to you about that?" And I'm like, I know maybe he's just joking around, but it just seems like let's keep it rap. Like let's keep it fun. Like this is two of the best, which a lot of people consider the best. Let them go at it. Let them bite each other, huh? Let it for fun. Like just let it see.
Don't make it any more like it
don't have to be any. It don't have to be.
Yeah, it don't have to be like a real life street fucking whatever.
It's like a fight, right? Two people fight.
It's a verbal
it's over,
fight.
And at the end, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You don't have to shake each other's hand, but it is what it is. But this is what excites me about hip hop, and it's been gone for so long. And even when we get a little taste of it, it reminds you why you love this shit, huh? Because it's so good.
I know that's why I was hella excited when I seen Kendrick, because when I heard Kendrick say like F the big three, it's just big me or whatever he said.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, this is what I've been like craving, like
some shit like that.
Yeah,
why
because it's like because you see like J.Cole is trying to be like. Trying to make like include him and say that he's part of the big three, whatever. And I'm like, it just seems like it's more competitive if you just say, nah, it's just me. That it just hits hard. So when he said that, I'm like, oh yeah. So now I was like, I can't wait. Remember we were talking about it like I was like, J. Cole got a month max
to reply.
Mm-hmm. And then he comes out with this. And when I heard him say, like, oh God, please don't let me. Like, what do you say? Please don't let me smoke them because I fuck with them. Yeah. I was like, damn, this is it's like I can't imagine. Like I started thinking like this. Maybe this surpass him,
but it's because it's still very very new. And of course, you just heard this,
and he said
so because you just heard it, it's fresh, it's on your mind. You're like, okay, the shock factor from what Kendrick said. And
it overtook it though.
Yeah, because this was a direct shot. Like Kendrick took shots at Drake and J. Cole was just in the crossfire. That's what that was. Mm. He was just in the crossfire. But J. Cole aimed a gun at him. That's the thing. So now I'm like, okay, well, it's not over yet. So now I want to hear Kendrick aim the gun back at him. So what? Okay, going at each other because once he singles him, it's gonna be him. That it wasn't. The other one was Drake and him, but mainly Drake.
I don't know shit about Drake, so I didn't know exactly. Like some of the stuff he said didn't make any sense until you told me, and how they were comparing Prince and Michael Jackson. Yeah. And I didn't know that shit registered until you told me.
Because you haven't even listened to that song though.
I just listened to Kendrick's shit.
Yeah,
like on loop. But the when I listened to J.Cole shit, it was like.
But even the album was good though. Like you listened to the album.
No, I went like this. I went like so. I went to the songs, to all the other songs, and I went like this. I hit it mid. Like I fast forward to middle, and if the beat and the flow's not good, next song. Flow not good, next song. So in my conclusion, it was
a crime.
It was a 6.
That's for sure a crime.
It was a 6. I only listened to the
You don't even like Fever?
Nah, I didn't listen to anything else. Didn't really.
Well, you're the type of person that it takes time. Cause like I can hear something and know it's good from the jump, and not only will I hear it, I would go back and listen to it again, and listen to it again, and listen to it again. To conclude that I was right about, okay, this shit is dope.
I would just, my mood was just, I need hard.
It's because I already know what you like. You like I can make a song like, if I was like, just thinking of what you want to hear, I would know what would get you like, oh yeah. And it's just a combination of hard beat and
catchy.
A little catchy and then talking that shit at the same time and making it all mix. You know,
it just sounds good. That's why I didn't like the flow, the beat change midway.
But one thing I noticed too about Cole's response, and what I noticed is it kind of sounded like he was like Drake, like how Drake raps. Like it sounded kind of like first person shooter type vibes from Drake's side though, and that was a little weird for me. Like at first when I heard it, I'm like, this kind of sounds like Drake.
Which one?
Huh? On the 7-minute drill, the first part.
Okay.
The part you said you liked. It just sounded kind of like Drake.
Sounds like that?
Yeah, like that flow. I could hear it. Like I'm like, oh, I could, because I listen well, I analyze well. I'm like, I could hear it. And then I'm like, maybe it's just me. And then I went online and I'm like, what are people saying? And some other people were saying the same thing I was saying. So I was like, okay, so it's not just me then. So they caught that too. It sounds kind of like it's Drake. Somebody made the accusation of, I think Drake wrote this shit. I don't think that. But somebody said, I think Drake wrote it for him and just handed it to him. And I was like, what if it was a 2-piece? The reason for the beat switch up is because those songs were made at different times. Right? You get the vibe for something, you get a verse, and then that's it. And then he's like, all right, you come back the next day or the next day, and then you finish it up with this. So you can have a 3-minute song or a 4-minute song instead of just having a 1-minute, 30-second song. What would you feel about if that song was just 1 minute, 30 seconds? Like there was no beat switch.
Yeah, a minute and a half is not long enough.
But what would you have thought? Would it have been lower?
I would have been like, I would have just, probably would have been the same. I just would have been like, it's not long enough. But because even the second part, he was still talking about, it was still Kendrick. He was still talking about Kendrick. So it was, it seemed like it was intentional. I thought, I never would have thought that it was 2 different sessions or nothing like that. I just thought he just for whatever reason decided to switch it up midway.
Well, yeah, and Cole said, he said your last album was trash.
And he said something about people gassed it up or something like that.
Yeah, that was, I think he said his second album. His second album was...
To Pimp a Butterfly?
I'm not sure if he's counting Section 8. So, maybe?
Well, he said that the last one was...
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He said it was trash. I like that album. I thought it was good. Now, is this Prime Kendrick? Is it like, I think, no, I don't, I understand that, like, it's because I'm not so judgmental. Well, I am though.
And
that's
he said he puts out a hard bar.
Yeah, he said he's put out a hard verse every 36 months or some shit like that. that was hard too. I'm like, okay, like he really talking shit.
And he's like, I can divide. He's what 3 albums in 10 years, or what he say?
4 albums in 10 years, something like that.
I can divide. Man, it was crazy.
It was good.
It was good.
I liked it.
Yeah, that's why
I like the album too. I'm like, it's a good surprise. It kind of raised Cole for me a little bit, and I even for a second, I'm not gonna lie, when I was after I listened to it a couple times, I'm like, did Cole just went up him right now? Like right now, because this is the standings. It's not over till it's over, but the standings right now, it's like Cole's a little bit higher. But when I really thought about it, I'm like, Kendrick did not go directly at Cole, so I want to hear him do that. Then we'll talk who got nicer, because I'm pretty sure Kendrick's gonna hear it, and he's not gonna like it. He's gonna like it because I'm pretty sure he's competitive. Like he's gonna say, "Oh yeah," like
I don't know. It's kind of scary.
Why?
Because like I've always held Kendrick in such high regard.
Yeah,
and
people always be making fun of him though. People are like how Kendrick raps. You know how you said like Kendrick be making noises that only Kendrick can make. Like if somebody else made that, you can't. It can't pass. Like you would be like, "What the heck is this?"
Sus.
How the weird sounds, the awe and stuff like that. There was a video of people slowing it down, kind of to make it sound like he's moaning, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" People online, but because they don't like Kendrick, they probably like Drake or whatever.
Yeah, but so, whatever. I don't know.
I care about rap. I care about bars. I care about lyrics. I care about just being clever with the pen, and that's what I've been a fan of. So when I hear shit like that, right away I feel it. Like I'm like, this shit's dope.
I've never like J.Cole has always been like, I've always thought like, oh yeah, he's good. Yeah, I think he's high tier, but it's because I never say he's number one.
He was saying I would never too humble. That. You would say that now, or you would say he's in competition.
Now I'm saying
he's in the race.
Now he's deep in there.
Oh shit! Now I always knew he was up there. But people were saying like he's just too humble.
And like and then I also have different categories than you would though. Like I don't judge it on like penmanship. None of that. I don't know how to. That's like I it'd be unfair for me to have like to score them on like how they rhyme or verbiage or whatever. I don't know. I just think about how hard it sounds.
Yeah, that's probably what a lot of people think. That's why like when Drake went at Meek Mill, was it Meek Mill when he put out Back to Back? No, was it Back to Back? Is it Back to Back? I don't know. I'm not a big Drake fan.
I don't know.
But like he was making radio hits to come back at him. So when you make radio hits, people are gonna keep playing that shit over and over. So in the clubs, this shit was going up. So it's a good strategy to attack someone. But I think I always liked the directness of just the coming back and forth, just direct. That's why when they said I was thinking because I was just on Facebook while I was waiting when I was picking up my nephew. I seen a video, probably like a 5-minute video of a dude going off on Cole, talking about like you never talk back, you never talk shit. Like how you gonna say you're number one? How you gonna say all this time? You always shouting out Drake and Kendrick all the time. They never do that for you. They was talking hella shit. Like you always say this, but you never prove it. Like you have to respond, you have to do something or stop talking. Like so, and I'm like, I don't agree with that because I feel like I think this is a case of people take kindness for weakness, and it's like this is what happens. So he has shit in the chamber, and it just needs to somebody needs to just smack him so he can smack back, because it's like that's really the case, because him always being honest about who he feels is dope. He would always say in another song, he said they gave the bronze to me. He said behind Drake and K.Dot. He said something along the lines like them are superstars to me. So he had like put in other songs, he've almost put himself below them. You know, like at least it sounded like it. But when it comes to it, he's gonna talk your shit too. He's just a humble dude. It just seems like J. Cole's. It seems like he's a good dude in person. Like he's a good dude.
Yeah, I just think that whenever he's not one to back down either. If you're like
if you come at him,
especially
he's not afraid hip hop. I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I think if somebody big, right? Like if somebody an underground dude comes at you, I could understand why you're like, well, let it be. You know, but if somebody big, you know, who a lot of people consider better than you or on the same level as you, shoots at you,
it makes it a lot more fun.
You have to respond. It's almost like you have to.
It makes it a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable, a lot more exciting.
Yeah, just because it hasn't been like this in a while.
Yeah, no, like who has some type of rivalry, like in hip hop, like that's the good in recent years.
Well, not like
nobody.
Yeah,
the last one was 50 Cent and Ja Rule.
Nah, probably like 50 Cent in the game.
Oh yeah.
That was a long time ago. Them fools were really shooting at each other though. They would take it beyond. They should just rap. You know, the game can rap well. Like he used to say like Eminem is better than me, and now he says he not. And I fuck with that. I like it because you should be confident in your shit. The same thing for Eminem when he says he's the best. The same thing when J. Cole says he's the best. That's what I want to hear. Because it's like when you play basketball, you play to win. So it's the same shit. When you rap, you play to win. So when I heard that from him, and I'm like, and he's a lyricist too. The game, he's a lyricist too. Like, if you listen to him,
in that video,
that can really rap.
In the video, he was like, he's like, you don't want to go with toe with M.
And we'll leave the white man alone.
And he's like, yeah, I do. What you mean?
Oh yeah, that's on Drink Champs.
He's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. But see, that shit's fun, huh? That shit, like, if it really happened, well, he dissed him. He dissed Eminem. He said it was on some fun shit or something like that. But the Black Sim Shady, he put out that out. But Eminem never responded.
I think, I don't know.
But Eminem responded to Machine Gun Kelly. And Eminem responded to Benzino. He talked about Benzino a lot.
Eminem shit doesn't sound good to me anymore. I remember his shit used to be hella hard. But he's got a different voice now, like a whole different style and stuff. And it just doesn't, for whatever reason, it just doesn't sound good to my ears.
Well, a lot of people have a problem with Eminem nowadays. I still fuck with him. Because there's no telling me, there's no way you could tell, like, I understand, you don't like his songs. A lot of people don't like his songs anymore because they compare it to his old shit. But there's no way you're going to tell me that he's not ill. Like, his pen, it's just sharp as shit. Like,
well, it's because we listen to it for different things.
Like, his pen, Eminem has been one of those rappers, too, who continues to amaze me after so long. As far as just his lyrical ability. His way of putting words together is like, how you even do that? Like, when he has me puzzled, like, how you do that shit? Like,
when's the last time you heard an Eminem song where like, this shit hard, the beat shit hard, this shit hard? Never.
The beat?
Yeah, we like, damn, this shit fire ass beat. Then he's coming in hard. No, never heard that shit.
Yeah, it is. Like, what is it called? Chloroseptic? I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken.
The last one he tried to do that was hella hard.
No, in his album.
Was that Venom song that was trying to go hard on.
No. He put out an album, Kamikaze. Shit was good.
That was the Venom one, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. But that shit was good. I don't know. It's just, I think when it comes to music, I think a lot of people have different opinions. Different people who told me Ice Cube was better than Tupac.
What the?
Not to me, but, you know, I could see why.
I don't even see that.
I could see why. He's NWA.
Man, shit.
Compared to Pac, you don't think so? It's because some people will just say it's a background thing. It's whoever you can relate to. You know, if you can relate to Tupac more than, or whatever, Ice Cube or...
Tupac was hella good. Even some of his songs like Still I Rise, you listen to it and you're like... when he's like... all my papa did was fuck her and abuse her for his mom or whatever. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting. A lot of this shit going on.
Kendrick's gonna come back. And if this would if Kendrick comes back and it's not crazy, it doesn't make the pendulum go the other way crazy. Boom, like straight down to China, then it's over. Because I know right now Cole has all the time in the world till he puts something out. He's already coming back. Why wouldn't you?
Maybe you think like maybe Kendrick didn't expect to hear that, like to hear Cole come at him like that.
Yeah, but
maybe he thought he was just ignore it.
But it's like,
but you got to be ready.
Yeah, you got to be
ready.
And
then I was talking to our cousin about this, and I was telling him that I don't think, because he took shots at Drake too, mainly Drake. So I'm like, I don't think Drake's gonna reply to him.
Did he see?
Because it would play perfect in Kendrick's scenario if Drake attacked him right now too, because then it would be like, you need to team up against Thanos, bro. Right? That's what I would say.
Oh yeah,
that's what I would say. Oh yeah, you all y'all motherfuckers get everybody, because it ain't enough. That's what I would say. Get everybody, and I would put that in rap form. I want all y'all.
And he will name every rapper.
Fuck all y'all up.
He will name every rapper on the roster. Everyone.
That's the way. That's why I think that he won't do it. Drake won't do it, because it's gonna look like a team up, and it's gonna put Cole down, because it's gonna be like, oh, Cole needs assistance.
They're gonna tag team.
So I'm pretty sure maybe like Cole and Drake already talked, and maybe Cole was like, I got this. Let me get at him. I didn't like what he said about me, or whatever the thing, or for fun this time, or whatever. But yeah, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah, it's all on, everything's on the pressure.
The ball's on Kendrick's court, huh? But every time Kendrick has had it, though, he has that motherfucker hard back. So it's like, that's what I'm waiting to hear. Now the clock's on Kendrick.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the AB podcast. You can follow us in the links below. All our social medias are linked there. If you want to buy some merch, the merch that we're usually wearing in the podcast, you can buy it as well. The link will be below.